Hello, I'm Russell, you're not, though you might be because I've heard that word said to other people. Crow, Hearty, Grant, Kane. Zebra Jammies says, "Hey Russell, I was diagnosed with bipolar a year ago. It's cost me my fiancé, friends and all my money. Thus, I'm moving to a new city, never been so low. Any advice on starting life over?" Mate, you don't ever lose anything that you can't regenerate or get anew. I don't think that you should look at the world as, oh no, this mistake's happened. Just see it as a progressive journey. The moving to a new city, I hope that goes well, but without support, you'll just recreate the same situation. What are you going to do differently to make sure that you don't find yourself in that position again? I would suggest start belonging to some support groups, addressing your problem directly, taking any medical advice that's offered to you, because obviously I'm not a medical professional and not qualified to say to you things like don't take your meds. You probably bloody well should take your meds. But also get some support and get connected. Don't be alone. You're not alone. Aaron Bennett. Russell, during your time recovering from addiction, did you ever have episodes of relapse? If so, what did you do to get yourself sober again? I'm currently struggling with the psychological aspects of drug addiction and find it mentally tormenting. I relapsed before I got a program. Before I had a program and attended fellowships with other drug addicts and other alcoholics, I did relapse. I wouldn't have called it relapse because I didn't have the idea of recovery free from drugs and alcohol one day at a time. I'd not accepted that I'd got no control over drugs and alcohol and the only chance I would have would be to surrender entirely. But now what I do is I seek the support of other addicts and alcoholics and I work a program based on, in any situation, I've got no power, things can get better, I'm willing to accept help. That's the first thing that is important. You should try that, but you will need support. You will need to surrender and you will need some concept of meaning beyond yourself. Mitch Ilston. Hi Russell, I'm kind of a spiritual guy, but you've mentioned the higher self a few times recently, but I can't seem to find him. What ways are there to track this fella down? In a way, it's by understanding which aspects of you, in inverted commas, are not really you. Explain yourself, Russell. Well, say I'm all angry and I become that anger. I've sort of a little bit lost to myself there. Watch the number of times over the course of a day you're sort of sucked into external drama. What I mean by higher self is that there is a witness to my mental activity. So that witness is somehow removed from the drama of my thoughts and the yearning of my basic desires and needs and my memories and my fears and my worries. That's what I mean by higher self. No. Russell, mate, have you ever struggled with lack of motivation? Yeah. I'm approaching the last couple of weeks of my degree and I'm dealing with the realisation that I just don't care anymore. It's interesting that. Are you frightened? What do you think? And it's sort of, because sometimes when I'm nervous before a gig, I go like, like that. I think my body sort of just shuts down a little bit and I think actually what it is I'm frightened. Motivation, that means what? The will to move forward. Why do you want the degree for? Maybe you just don't want the degree. I think if you've got right to the end of it, mate, you probably should finish it. And how I would do that if I was you is I'd try to think this, right, I've come this far, and whilst I accept that this degree is not going to absolve or resolve or redeem me, it is something that I've worked towards, and for this short amount of time here, I'm going to commit to these goals, knowing that I'll be in a better position to make a free choice subsequent to the results of the degree if I have at least committed to it. Anna HF. Russell, my boyfriend has a coke addiction, and when I asked him to choose between cocaine and me, he said he wouldn't stop taking it. I stayed anyway. Well, that was a terrible blunder, Anna. You should have stuck by your guns. Ended up just asking him to be honest about his use with me, and he went on to lie repeatedly. I know addiction is a disease, but I'm really struggling as I feel he values me less than the drug. Well, he does. That's the reality of the situation, because he's a drug addict. But you are participating in this drama with what is sort of broadly termed codependency, that you've become attached, it sounds like to me, to your boyfriend and to his addictive cycles. If you really want to help him put down a boundary and then stick to it, I'd say, get some other advice. Don't have this as your guiding light in the storm and chaos of your existence, but here's another thing thrown into the ring of the facilities that you have in order to make a decision. Go with him, stop taking that or I'm going to leave you. And then if he doesn't stop taking it immediately, leave him, if that's what you want. And then go, listen, if you do get clean, give me a shout. And let him get clean. Direct him towards help. Like, go, there's loads of ways of getting help for drugs and alcohol, but it does involve you wanting to stop. And a lot of people don't want to stop. It's hard to stop. It's hard to get there, but you've got to look after yourself. You stop tying up. I know you love him and everything, but you can't tie yourself up in this. What are you saying here? Look, I know he won't take the threat of me leaving seriously unless I commit to it. Yeah, he's right about that. I love him to the point I'm scared to leave him in case he moves on and his use gets worse. Please help. You've got to accept the idea that you can't control him, his drug use, or things getting worse. You're not God, are you? You're just Anna. I'm sure you're lovely, but I think you should probably let go of the idea that you can control your boyfriend or that you can control his addiction. And in this instance, I think you probably are best to look at alternative ways until he sorts himself out. Sorry that that's harsh. Well, that's some Trews with views where I throw my opinion around into people's lives. Remember, don't just go around obeying anyone, not me or anybody, without seriously thinking about likely consequences, and I'd get some backup. You know what I mean? I get advice off people, and then I cross-reference them and think, right, that makes sense now. And I don't ever do things just because someone's told me to do it. Would you jump off of a bridge if someone told me? I don't know, depends who it is. Are we at a bungee jump centre? Is it Bear Grylls? Yes and yes. I'm jumping off that bridge. Don't jump off bridges. True news with views. Subscribe here if you want. Just a suggestion. It's up to you. I don't mind.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.